Good evening, and welcome to episode 3 of Take 3. I am your host, Andrew Rockster, and I am excited to be with y'all this evening. Tonight, we will be discussing this year's summit and awards. Our guest for this evening is Keli Caplette. We'll get started tonight with talking about this year's Region 3 Summit, which will be taking place June 11th through 13th.
Good evening. We're very excited on the USS Endurance and the USS Zavala as we prepare for Summit 2021. And we want to make sure everyone has all of the correct information to get prepared. It's going to be a great big party this year. Since we did not have a summit last year, we look forward to seeing everyone in Beaumont June the 11th through the 13th. We have opened registration once again for Summit. You can find this on the Region 3 Quartermaster page. And when you're on that Quartermaster page, if you look just above it, there's a drop-down box that says Summit 2020 or 2021, which I know Jeremy must have done that. And you click on that drop-down box and it will give you the draft of the schedule. It will give you the hotel information and will give you the banquet meals information so that you'll know what the Marine Dress Mess menu is and the menu for the banquet Saturday night. So that's where you can find all of that information online on the Region 3 website about Summit 2021.
I believe all the same information's on each ticket too for the banquets. I think I put, and if I'm wrong, let me know. I will correct it so that.
No, I double checked you, Jeremy. I checked you. It's correct now. So yes, there is separate registration and meal prices for cadets. So as an adult, if you register, be sure not to click on the one that says cadet, okay? Because there's a cadet registration, a cadet dress mess, and a cadet Saturday night banquet. And then you go to the adult registration, the adult Marine Dress Mess Friday night, and the adult Admiral's Banquet for Saturday night. The registration for Summit is at a special price right now. Through January 31st, the registration for the weekend is $35. That is a $5 discount from what will be the price after January 31st. That price will go up to $40. So while it's on special, try to get your Summit registration taken care of and get the discounted price while it's available. All of those who registered last year at the early bird registration, and I think there were one or two that came in right after we had closed the early bird registration, but all of those who registered in 2020, your registration is still good. You do not have to register again. We still have all of that information, so you are good to go as far as registration goes. But those who are already registered need to see about getting their banquet choices made and purchase your banquets between now and the 1st of May. Be sure that you get your banquets purchased for Friday night and Saturday night. So we encourage everyone, if at all possible, to save a little bit of money and go ahead and get your Summit registration taken care of by January 31st for the special price. And then February the 1st, the price will go up to $40. The Marine Dress Mess and the Saturday night banquet, that price does not change. Okay, that price is $45 for adults and $15 for cadets. And that price remains the same throughout and whenever you should purchase that. We do have a May 12th cutoff that we have to submit on May the 12th, how many banquets for each night are going to be purchased through the hotel. So we can't wait right until the week of Summit to do banquet purchases. We have to get that submitted to the hotel according to our contract, which is May the 12th. Also, May the 12th is the cutoff for getting your guest room reserved at the hotel. And we have a few slides to share tonight of the lovely hotel there in Beaumont where we will be. It's the Holiday Inn and Suites. It's located on I-10 South in Beaumont. Very easy to get to off of I-10. And there are a lot of different restaurants in the immediate vicinity. This is a large view of the hotel lobby. It has a lot of space for hanging out and socializing. You can see back in the back, and here's a close-up of the lobby bar. We'll talk a little bit more about it in a moment. But you can see there in the lobby the white levels there of the rooms going up, and it goes up about 8 floors, I think. We're going to be able to hang our banners from those railings. We will bring our banners, turn them into the hotel staff, and the hotel staff will hang the banners there so they can be seen in the lobby throughout the weekend. Okay, next slide. The Park Place Lounge is the bar in the lobby area, and it is quite active and busy at night, I'm told, especially on the weekends, but they will be available throughout.
The bartenders were trainable when I was there. They're very trainable.
They'll be glad to try to fix anything that you want if you can tell them what goes in it. They're very amenable. Also, we will have, by the way, a happy hour 1 hour before the Marine Dress Mess and 1 hour before the Admiral's Banquet Saturday night, where we will have a bartender in our banquet area. So other than the happy hours right before the banquet meals, this is where you can go to get your libations. We're also going to work with them and see if we can get a short special Star Trek menu of drinks that they can have ready to prepare as well. Next slide. Okay, forgive the people standing in there. This was the only shot I ended up having in this particular area. There were several members of this VALA that were looking at all the rooms. This is in the conference center entrance area. You saw a picture just a few moments ago of the hotel that has that entrance that has the guest rooms and the lobby. At the right-hand end of the building, there is a separate entrance for the conference center from the outside that you can come into this area. Also, there's a hallway on the right that goes all the way to the lobby. This area here in the conference center lobby will be our primary hangout area as we're doing registration and milling around through the weekend. They are going to move tables and chairs and couches into this area to make it more of a private lounge for us in this end of the hotel. Directly in front of the several people you see there is a folding doorway or wall that folds back. That is the orange room you see just beyond it. That room is where the auction materials will be and where registration will be on Saturday. Right in front of those folding doors is where we'll have a table set up Friday night to begin the registration process. And then starting Saturday morning, that will be inside of the orange room that you see there just beyond the folding doors. And all of the auction materials, registrations, Starfleet and Region 3 Quartermaster will all be in that room you see just beyond us. Thank you. Next one. This is a view of one of the meeting rooms. This is the room that we'll be having opening ceremony in. It is quite a long room. They had it set up for a smaller gathering the day that I was over there taking pictures. So those tables and chairs are actually kind of in the middle of the room. And of course, we will have the whole space to use in that large room for our opening ceremony, closing ceremony, and some of the breakout sessions will be in that room. Also, I believe the Marine muster on Saturday will be in that room as well. So they're very nicely appointed. They've got lots of plugs for electricity and internet, direct internet connection if you need it. And so it should provide us plenty of space to do all the things that we need to do. Next slide. This is a picture of one of the king-size guest rooms. They're very nice. They are freshly redecorated. When I was visiting there last spring, they had just done a complete remodel of the guest rooms. So all of the furnishings were new, all of the linens in the bathrooms. They put in newer countertops and fixtures, and everything has been updated so that it's a really nice looking hotel room. Next slide. The Greenery is the name of their breakfast restaurant. They do not have a full-time restaurant on the property. This room is used for breakfast only, and they do serve both a full breakfast and a continental breakfast every morning. So that is lots of space for all of us to utilize for breakfast first thing in the morning, if you'd like to take advantage of having breakfast there in the hotel, since it's close by. And in fact, it's right next door to the room you saw earlier where we'll be having the opening ceremony.
Most important meal of the day.
That's right.
Jeremy.
If you don't want a full breakfast, there is a several fast food restaurants very close by if you just want to go get a breakfast sandwich or something. But they do also offer a continental breakfast as well as a full breakfast buffet there in the Greenery. Next slide. They have an indoor-outdoor pool, so be sure to pack your swimsuit. The pool area is lovely. It's very large. There is a small area, as you can see, also for children. This is between the main lobby and the conference center, so you can see the pool area through the glass windows and doors from either of those parts of the hotel. Next slide. Okay, so we hope that you will start working on getting your hotel reservation done. The group code is SSF, and I'll type it over there in the chat also. That is the code to use when you're making your hotel reservations. And to make sure that you get our special rate of $95 a night, please call the hotel directly and tell them you're making a reservation in a group, and they will be sure to get you the correct price. $95 a night for the king room or a room with 2 queen beds. They do also have some suites available at a slightly discounted price if you're interested in having a junior suite or an executive suite. They do also have a few handicap rooms. You can also get a handicap room at that same discounted price. But because there aren't very many, if you need a handicap room, you need to immediately call and make your reservation to be sure you get one of the few handicap rooms that they have available. So be sure to take care of that right away if that's the kind of room that you need. As a reminder, our theme for the weekend is the Federation and the Klingon Empire. We will have members of CAG that will be present for the weekend, and they're going to do 2 breakout sessions on Saturday, as well as being around for most of the weekend. So that will be something special that will be included for our activities this summit. We are also open to taking information from those who would like to do or lead up a panel or breakout session. If you're interested in presenting something, please get in touch with myself or Joshua Laughlin on the Endurance, and we will see about adding you to our schedule. We've got a lot of ideas for different breakout sessions. We've been talking to a few potential presenters as well. So if you've got a great idea and would like to present it, be sure to get in touch with us, because we are working on that schedule and filling out all of the breakout sessions right now. So now is the time to let us know if you're interested in doing a presentation for us. Are there any questions?
Otherwise, it sounds like everyone should be brushing up on their Klingon opera, if I'm not mistaken.
It is my understanding that Klingons are preparing a song for us. They're practicing. And, I'm not sure exactly when they're going to do the song, but we will find an appropriate time when everybody can hear them. So,
and I've seen this group before. They sing beautifully, so we are, I believe, challenged. Or we're definitely blessed to have them there. But if challenged, we want to try and learn it. Is there any way we could reach out to them and see what songs they might sing, and if there's a way that other folks might try to learn it to follow along?
I will ask my contact with the CAG. I don't know if they've made a final determination which one to sing. They've been practicing more than one, is my understanding. I don't know that they've selected the final piece yet. It may also depend on exactly how many of them are able to make it for the weekend. So we don't know exactly how many are coming yet. And that may be part of their decision-making process, is when they have a final accounting of who will be able to attend. But I will ask and see if it's something they may want others to participate.
Sounds great. I'm really hoping it's not the Macarena. Thanks, Ross.
Okay, are there any questions, please?
And we will have a Q&A session later, too, if you're still forming your question.
Okay, I'm now on the comments section.
Okay. We'll have a... What about us learning that sea chanty? Huh? That could be interesting. Respond back in kind. There was a sea chanty of Star Trek that's been flowing around. People haven't seen it yet. I'll make sure it gets posted up to the region Discord and Facebook. But it was kind of interesting. Being that my other persona is definitely a Ren Fair pirate, it kind of like married both of my homes. It was a very nice addition of my geeky Venn diagram in the middle. Yeah, so if anyone has any questions, we'll have the Q&A session toward the end of the broadcast as well. So going into that, I think we may have had, so our guests, as announced, did not show up. Okay. One we knew about, and I think the other one had some life issues that popped up. But I think we might have another guest that's popped in, or maybe then popped in and ran away. Do we have a status on the new guest, Ken?
There's a question that just came up from Russell, and I don't see where I can type in an answer, not at least from the screen that I'm on right now.
That's fine. I can. Go ahead and verbally answer, and I'll type.
Okay. He asked about the reserved block of rooms. It's a little bit different situation. They have unofficially blocked off some rooms for us, but we were fortunate, really, that in the contract we signed, we were not obligated to purchase a specific number of rooms. So that's the advantage to the contract, is that if we should not fill all the contracted rooms, if there was a number in the contract, then we're not on the hook to pay for any rooms that were not reserved. The other side of that coin, of course, is you need to get your reservations in early to make sure that by the time June comes, there's still room left at the hotel. The group code is SSF. That gets you the group price. But like I said, those reservations must be made by May the 12th. After May the 12th, that special price will no longer be available. And rooms will be, if they have any left after May the 12th. Prior to May the 12th, they will make sure that we get all the rooms that we need. After May the 12th, it's, whatever rooms they have left, and you won't get the special price. So, got to have that taken care of by May the 12th. Any other questions?
Where is the hotel? Beaumont, Texas. Like, if you go all the way down I-10 and you hit Louisiana, you just passed it. It's like
Right.
it is.
You went to Louisiana, you went too far.
Yeah, but not a lot too far, just a little too far.
Oh, not a lot too far. Yeah,
You sprint too
Beaumont
hard
is
and the
pretty
wind's
close
helping you.
to the Texas-Louisiana line.
Yeah, it is very close. So we're
And you can see it from the interstate. It's very visible when you're on I-10. I think they say I-10 South. You can see the hotel from the interstate. And it's very easy to get to.
and it's a very pretty
Exit right there. There's
It
an
really is.
I can't remember the name of the exit right now. I'll go back and get that information later. But there's an exit right there by the hotel.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
It could not be any more convenient. It's extremely convenient. And like I said, there's a lot of restaurants and fast food places all around the area there near the hotel. So there's plenty of eating choices for the meals when you are not banqueting with us. There's plenty of opportunities. And you will be having, lunch will be on your own on Saturday. So we know you'll be able to go out anywhere around us near the hotel for lunch on Saturday.
You know, something that occurred to me, I know a lot of people don't like leaving the hotel during Summit, self included, and you said there's not a restaurant on site for lunch and dinner.
Right.
We'll have to ask maybe Josh, who is local and the other co-chair, what the food delivery service scene's like via Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash, that kind of thing, or what pizza's good. Because let me tell you, I will order me some pizza.
Absolutely. On the same property that the hotel is on the far side of the parking lot, right by the access road, is a Taco Bell. So you could always just walk across the parking lot and you're at the Taco Bell.
No one wants us to eat Taco Bell.
I'm just saying,
it'll be bad for me anyway.
And just across the street is Papacitas, Tex-Mex restaurant.
I believe Kara from the Bear asked what are the precautions in place for COVID. We will use any guidance at that time.
Right. When we get closer to June, we'll have to see what guidance we're still getting from the state and from the county health departments. But we have already been discussing what precautions or what changes we might need to make depending on the situation at that time. The meeting rooms that we have plenty of space where we can space out the chairs. So that's not a big deal to space out the chairs. Not a problem. We'll have plenty of room to do that. The banquet tables, we may have to rethink the arrangement of the banquet tables, but that is certainly a possibility. If we need to be still wearing masks at that time, then we will have a mandate for masks if that is still in effect for that county and the state or even federal. If there's still a mask mandate in place, then we will ask people to wear masks. So we're just going to have to kind of play it by ear right now and see where we are when we get closer to June. But we have been talking about that as a committee, planning committee. We talked about it this past Sunday when we had a meeting, that we do need to be having that in our minds so that when we get to June, if we need to make accommodations, then we will have a plan in place and we'll be able to do that. If we need to take temperatures at the door, we'll handle it. Whatever we need to do to keep you safe, to make you feel comfortable, we will do that.
My thought this whole year past and going on here has been, if there's a plan that lasts longer than dinner, it was a pretty solid damn plan. So that's why we can't give you specifics tonight, because we don't know what the mandated specifics will be. But we're going to play by the rules. We're not out here to break any of the rules. We're really hoping this does transpire and having a little bit of faith that it does. Clearly, we couldn't do it last year, and that's why we're postponing to it being this year now. So we'll do whatever it takes to get the job done. And as you register, if there are some rules of engagement that everyone needs to know, we'll have your email. We'll blast that out to the registrants that are expected to show up, so that they know the game. So I think that pretty much covers Summit. Andrew, you want to introduce our guest?
Sure. All right. So next on our agenda is discussing awards, and we had a little bit of a change of plan, it looks like. So our guest for this evening is Steve Parmley.
How's it going, boss?
Another day in paradise.
And here I thought there was a day I didn't get to talk to you too much, but here you are.
No, I got called in tonight, so I'm the supervisor for the department tonight. So
Awesome.
Yeah. No.
Well, if you get called away suddenly, if your face disappears, we'll know what happened.
Yeah, no, I'm actually working in the jail tonight. I'm processing paperwork and warrants. So if I duck away, I'll be back.
Okay.
Awesome.
So how's everybody down in Region 3 tonight?
We're doing all right. It's kind of pleasant weather here, actually.
Oh, what's the weather like there?
It's like 60.
I hate you.
Yeah. Our lows are it might be in the 50s tonight, maybe.
But it was drizzly in Houston today.
Oh yeah, we had
a lot of drizzle.
Legit fog.
I think we got up to 70. That's not bad to have 70 in January. We'll take it.
I'm not gonna lie. Me and my wife has actually been talking last couple of weeks, or actually probably once we get custody, my 9-year-old, we may end up relocating south down into Texas.
Hey, come on! Come on in. There's a volleyball
party.
Take you.
So she's actually looking at somewhere between Houston and Galveston.
Awesome.
So
yeah, we did have the intended idea here was to have some guest folks on to talk about awards, since it is definitely the introduction of both Region 3 and 3rd Brigade award season, starting back on the 15th of this month and executing all the way through the end of March.
Mm-hmm.
Ken, if I can get some of those sweet logos. So for the region, awards.region3.org, one form to rule them all. That'll cover both Region 3 awards and the annual awards, which we'll ask Steve Parmley about here in a moment. Yeah, you're taking the role. Clearly, you know your own people's stuff, right? And then on the brigade side, we've synchronized our award season. So for 3rd Brigade, it's awardsform.3bde.org. And both of those are just going to be Google Forms, one form to rule them all, whichever works. There is a new awards manual for the Region 3. It is on the documents page under resources on the Region 3 website. Again, that's the 15th of this month, so way back when. We are in it now through the end of March. So going into that, the questions I had for Keli and Pam, and now I guess we get to ask, play stump the president here for awards. So Pam was going to also talk about the orders of merit. Uh, he's like, oh God, no.
Yeah, don't ask me on the orders of merit because unlike the last administration, I don't micromanage all my departments, so I don't exactly know. I could find out very quickly, but I'd have to call her and wake her up. I'm sure she's either had a situation with her grandchild or she fell asleep. So
She's with her grandchild tonight.
Yeah. So it's usually not a good time when you receive a call from the president of the organization. It's usually if I call.
Oh, what are you talking about?
It's usually not on a pleasant, hey man, how you doing? How's the wife? How's the kids? It's like, we have a shit show. Let's discuss this.
What? You
Well,
weren't just calling to talk every time during dinner? My heart is broken.
I can help out with orders.
There you go.
So my understanding of the orders of merit is that they're generally a spot award for each action, and critically there are 3 levels: third class, second class, and first class. What was changed, one of the happier changes I've seen, or maybe it was not so much change, but it was specified that third level is the chapters themselves can award it.
Yes, third
You just
level.
have to go through, put it in the form so that we can get in the database.
Third level is for chapter. Second class is for regional coordinator, and then first class is the executive committee.
So, big takeaway for our chapters out there: you could absolutely award any of those orders of merit third class. Going through the form isn't so much a request at that point; it's how they know to go put it in the database. So before he turns away before I can ask the next round of questions, that'd be great. But so yes, Lucy, any other information on the orders of merit?
One of the orders of merit that I've seen used most commonly is the order of merit that has to do with volunteer service. And we've had questions on the region level before about an award for volunteerism. And we do not have one specifically for volunteerism because there is one in the orders of merit. And if this was volunteerism on your local level, a project your chapter was doing, or you had a member that did an exceptional amount of volunteering on the local level, then you can request a order of merit third class for any of your chapter members that did volunteering or other charitable work on the local level. That is very readily available, and it's one reason that there is not a volunteer award in the Region 3 award schedule, and it's because the order of merit that is available works great for that purpose. And because it says Starfleet, that gives it a little more oomph than being on the region level even, It may be a third class, but it's still awarded by Starfleet, and you get a certificate that has, Starfleet on the top. So it just gives it a little more oomph, if you will, because
the name of that one
from the national or international organization. But I encourage COs to use that to recognize members in your chapter that have done exceptional volunteering on the local level. That's a great way to recognize them. You can recognize multiple people, not just one person. You can recognize 4, 5, 6, 10 people on your chapter and get them each an order of merit for their volunteerism, order of merit third class. So, and it's very easy to write up the form. It's not a lengthy form. You do have to tell what they did, like if they were volunteering at the local food bank and how many hours they put in at the food bank and how that helped the food bank or your local community. And that's it. I mean, there's not a whole slew. You don't have to write 500 words to get a third class order of merit,
Yeah, the sad thing is
in the few sentences that you do, and it will not be a problem. So that's really the easiest one you can do.
Yeah, the sad thing is we don't see a lot of merit awards coming in. we actually don't really see a lot of awards coming in at all. So I do urge you, if you have a member that's doing something, anything, we like to recognize them. Also talking about if you're a fireman, police officer, medical staff, essential workers, that does qualify for the merit awards too. So make sure of that.
Oh, that's really good. Cool news. I didn't know. Yeah, so it's the Order of Samaritan for the volunteer award that Lucy was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones that I've seen a lot of is the Grand Kite Order of Tactics for Starfleet focused event planning, or the Order of Dionysus for non-Starfleet event planning. But there's things for recruiting, technology, outreach, technology or preservation, accessibility,
engineering, science.
What's that?
Yeah. Engineering and science work also.
History and record keeping, space research or exploration,
Right.
Star Trek. Like, we're a Star Trek fan, right? Fan work. So yeah,
And by the way, it does not have to be the CO that submits it.
Anyone?
No, it could be anybody.
That's a good point. It does not have to be the CO. Now, obviously, you cannot nominate yourself, or you should not nominate yourself. But anyone else in the chapter could put in the nomination. On the region level for the annual awards, as well as, the Starfleet annual awards, those are the, chapter of the year, enlisted of the year, all of those of the year awards. The CO and XO have to be the ones to submit them. But on the orders of merit, there is no rule that says only the CO can submit them. So that leaves it open for one of the other chapter members to help you out. If you're a CO, get one of the other chapter members to help you out in submitting those orders of merit.
So going into the annual awards, yes, those are open. Yes, those should be done by your CROXO. If it's not done by the CROXO, please let us know in advance, as per the new handbook that is on the Region 3 website. But going into where they go from here,
there in the bowl.
what I kind of wanted to talk about with my guests, which is now the boss himself.
If you want to.
I don't know how, but you can tell me.
Yeah. Guys, I hate to do this, but I've got some bond work that just come in for an inmate. I've got to go. I hope everybody at Region 3 stays safe, stay healthy, and I will be on my stream at 10 o'clock, God bearing, as long as nothing drastic happens between now and there. I'm sure we'll be trolled by Jeremy. He'll be a couple whiskeys in before me, so we'll see him there. Y'all have
one behind, just one.
Y'all have a good night. Be blessed.
Thanks.
Is there
The question was posted, where are those awards?
Yeah, let me get that for you 1 second.
Right, yeah. If you go to the sfi.org and look across the bar at the top, there's a section that says awards. And when you click on that, then it'll give you several choices.
Boom, it's on there.
Okay.
So that's the orders of merit. Going into
And
the
I might
annual
also mention, Jeremy, one more thing. I might mention this. We've tried to do this before, and not very many people took advantage of it, except maybe Jeremy and I. But if you want to hold those orders of merit, you want to go ahead and submit them in the next couple of months. If you would like to have the certificate sent to you instead of the recipient, so that it's a surprise, if you want to hold them and give them to us to present at Summit, we can do that. We would be glad to do that. In the opening ceremony, we've done that before. We've presented orders of merit that were earned by individual members. So that's another option for you that would also show your members just how much you appreciate all the work and effort that they've put in, is to present it in front of the region at Summit. So if you'd like to do that, that is an option. You do need to let Jeremy and I know in advance so that we will have that on the agenda and be looking for them. But if you would like to have those orders of merit presented at Summit, we can do that.
So I'll hop on the Orders of Merit one last time. They are a spot award, like one award for one specific action. They're not like a breadth of service award or a longevity of service award. When we tried to come up with region awards, that was kind of some of the spots we were trying to fill. But all of them are like one action, one award. They don't have a time period. While we understand that most people put in all awards for a year at a given time, that's just kind of our habit. That's kind of our schedule. You can do them throughout the year. So when Commander Starfleet Steve was just saying that they haven't seen a lot, I'm not terribly surprised because they kind of go in spurts. But it doesn't have to be that way, especially for your third classes at your chapter level. That's how you guys follow it. So with that said, we've got the link for them. We'll go into annual awards, which are those of the year, list of the year, junior member of the year, chapter of the year, officer of the year, flago of the year, all those of the years. And here in Region 3, we've been giving out actual trophies for that. Very, very nice to display. Put it in your trophy cabinet back home. I was trying to not take up more space on your wall that has too many, suitable for framing certificates that we hand out. Something maybe take up some desk space instead. Where is this award real estate going? But what I had wanted to ask our guest stars, awards require Starfleet. Absolutely. This is a if we could get the question from Kara up on the board. Yes. If there's no SEC, they're not part of Starfleet. They might be doing something interesting for you. They're not doing anything for me. So that I understand that several chapters have, shall we call it, non-affiliated members. I've never been a proponent of that, but whatever. It's not the hill I'm going to die on tonight, but no, all these awards are for Starfleet members. So yeah, SEC or number or bust, and they have to be current members. By the time the award is given, their expiration date has to be longer than that, so that we could actually award it. But going into the annual awards, I wanted to ask how the EC adjudicates and get it from the top down of what those criteria are. But I know Lucy's been around on both fronts for a little bit, and I think she'll back me up if I say that they're looking for not only what did they do, but explain to the audience like they have no idea why that's important. Someone did X, great. Why is that important? What was the impact? And what was the result coming from those actions? If you write all three, you win. That's always been what we look for here at the region level, and definitely what they look for when we forward them for the international level.
Another term that year before last, when I was at IC, and I was talking to Keli, I believe it was, talking about what they look for when they're judging awards. And one of the words that she mentioned was compelling. And that's hard to quantify, but I'm just saying that's a word that was used to describe what they look for on the Starfleet level, is they want a description that is compelling. So that's kind of open to interpretation, but that is something that they look for. Impact is definitely something to look for, and it needs to be compelling. Whatever, I guess, an individual on the awards committee considers compelling. I thought that was a little vague, but I'm just repeating what I was told.
As posted, but also the question that was asked here, are there awards that are created for folks not in SFI? There have been. There've been, but they're usually like one-off. Like, what was that so great that you helped SFI? or if we created it for someone who was doing more like public figure recognition or stars or those kinds of things. What we're talking about tonight is recognizing the great works of members of Starfleet and how chapters can do that and how it funnels up through the region and it goes to the international level. Because
Now,
Starfleet
let me interrupt you 1 second. If there are individuals or businesses that have helped your chapter during the year, I know on my chapter, we created a local award that we call I think it's called the Blue Bonnet Citation. It's a nice little certificate that we give to businesses or individuals who are not members of the chapter or Starfleet, but have contributed in some way to a successful program or event that we did. For example, the manager of one of the local cinemas who helped us and made sure that we had a spot to put up a fan table in the lobby of the cinema for a couple of different events. One of them was Free Comic Book Day when they were giving out comic books. Another was at the opening of a movie. Anyway, so we used a local award that we gave to the manager of the cinema just to show our appreciation for helping us out, even though they were not a member of Starfleet. He did something to help our chapter. So that's a suggestion. If you want to recognize someone or some entity that has helped your chapter, it's not a region or Starfleet award, but there's nothing to stop you from having a local chapter award, a nice little certificate you've made up that you can give to an individual or a business who has helped you out. But that is not something we're involved in on the regional or Starfleet level. But you can certainly do it on the local level.
Or yet. So she keeps bringing up communities. And so I apologize if I got off track initially where I was going for non-S5 members of chapters. If you're looking to make awards for communities or entities within our community, then I'm very interested in exploring that. I can promise I'll hear it out. If there's something that we can create here at the Region 3 level that if it has any better prominence than a chapter level thing, then I'd love to explore that. And if it works well, maybe we can funnel it up. If we have success here, then we can make it an international thing maybe. One of the unofficial mottos that I've heard from folks is where Region 3 goes, so goes the fleet. So we do tend to be a little bit of trailblazers. So if that's something that you guys are looking for, by all means, hit up my inbox, rc@region3.org, and let's explore this if that's something that you guys are truly interested in doing. We're not opposed to it. Again, the topic of tonight and the focus of things was for recognizing our members for the good stuff they do throughout the year. But that doesn't mean that we're excluding ideas of other things. So yeah, let's have that jam session and see what comes out if you're interested. The other thing before we got into like hardcore Q&A that I was going to address tonight was promotions, because those kind of go in hand with awards as far as I'm concerned. Promotions are that longevity of service award as far as I'm concerned in this organization. It's you didn't do one specific thing, you've done a lot of things over a period of time, and we're thanking you for it. That applies at chapters, which usually have programs that go up through commander. That applies. We have some rules on what it takes to be a captain, course-wise and kind of expectation-wise here in Region 3. And then above that, everything goes to the EC to be adjudicated. We don't have any guest stars left to question how that adjudication goes. but I do feel strongly that if you meet the criteria of what Region 3 set out, you're going to be very, very competitive in getting those nominations. Because really all we're trying to do, like, our forms aren't there to try and make your life hell. Our forms are there to try and ask the right questions to make sure you get what you're shooting for, what you're aiming for, what you're trying to achieve through the system. So if we're asking you for specifics, like what did they do? Why did that matter? What organization does it support? What does that organization do? That spells the picture out for everybody who's not familiar with your local charity or whatever function that happened for those individuals that you're submitting for awards or for promotions, to get them where you were trying to get it. As for the promotion form right now, I apologize, it is down. Please don't try to submit one right now. The Region 3 website is undergoing a slight technical issue right now, where our previous awards forms were deprecated. They're no longer supported. So that's why both the Region and 3rd Brigade forms for awards this year are on a Google form platform. We could create it much simpler there with high reliability of getting the information we needed to the right people that needed it. But the promotion form, again, my inbox is open. That's always the default. rc@region3.org. The criteria remains the same that's on the website, but we will be getting that form back up to date. It's just we're undergoing a little technical growing pains at the moment on that front. So see me directly instead of going through the form is the lesson learned from that one. I think with that, Andrew, if I'm not mistaken, this is Q&A time, right? For the next, 8 minutes?
Yes, that is the next portion of the evening.
All right, hit them hard. Send them fast, and I'll try and spit response on them here, or I'll defer them to Lucy again. No one's got questions left. I don't know why I signed in as Maria. Everyone gets where they're. Oh, Jesus, no. Apparently, Maria from the USS Crockett has COVID-19. Everyone, please send their best wishes to Maria. Shit.
Marianne.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. There's this is Edward. I signed in as Maria as Marianne. And Marianne has. When is the next Region 3 event? Well, Jason, if you count this as an event, then it's 2 months from now. And I like to think of this as a Region 3 event. That's what we're trying to do. So we're going to do this every 2 months. After that, the next in-face, oh my God, real event is Summit. Or so we hope and pray. Again, I don't really rely on plans until they pass dinner. So we're trying. So the next big event should be Summit. Schedule-wise this year, we're supposed to go back to NASA in the fall.
September the 11th.
Yeah, is that going to happen? Stay tuned and find out. I really hope so. But no, I would say that we'll be rescheduling episode 4 of Take 3 for March. Sorry, I said May the first time. We're going to skip February. We'll go into March. And we'll skip April. We'll have May. That's why May was in my head. We had 2 more of these before Summit. So that's crew member Nick Stewart also host coach. What are you guys doing on that boat? No. Best wishes to Nick Stewart as well and Marianne. I hope everyone gets healthy very soon. I know the vaccine's out there for some. I know there's good reasons to take it. I know there's good reasons to defer. Whatever it is, I hope everyone stays safe. Region tabletop day. Dude, I miss game day so hard. You don't even know. You just don't even know. One of my first experiences in this region was a game day, and it had so much fun. Apparently, I really suck at BattleTech, but I learned that day. But I've made a lot of good friends that day, so it was fantastic. There is absolutely nothing that takes place of face-to-face interaction.
I've got a question.
Oh, shit.
When was the last time we had a Region 3 Olympics?
All right, you're going to have to explain because I ain't never even heard of this shit.
Really? It was literally everyone in the region would get together somewhere, a public park somewhere, and it was like, hokey Olympics stuff, like, bit of race, tug of war, potato sack race, and then lots of drinking later.
So that's kind of funny because one of the things that we've been theorizing is in either region or brigade level of doing a field day, which sounds shenanigansly similar. But no, for those that are unaware, Ken here has been with the region since right after dirt first got wet.
Yeah, Moses was in short pants.
Yeah. No, I only rejoined in 2009.
That was actually my first event. Was in it was the Region 3 Olympics. We went to Arlington. It was in '93, I think, '92 or '93. Lots of drinking. Oh my god.
And 12.
Okay. Hang on here. Okay, so here's another question that came in. Why isn't this like a Zoom meeting? This is more like you're watching a TV show that you can dial, call in and take calls kind of thing. It's not really 100% interactive like a Zoom meeting.
The follow-on that we're about to have on Discord will be a little bit more like that, like where you can share your screen if you would like, and that's the 3 sheets to the wind. We get that fancy footage up there.
I got it here somewhere.
Which will just be on the Region 3 Discord server. That will be more everybody's interactive. This one's supposed to be more of a news and interview, and then via the questions and AMA. Sorry if that wasn't clear. We're working. It's only episode 3, and we're trying to get. We'll manage that expectation a little bit better in the future. That's the term I was looking for. Shit. Expectation management. It's not like I've been in the military at all. But yeah, the next hour we'll do everybody gets to talk, not just us. And then, since we're A, running out of time, and B, it is an after dark, as the CS himself said tonight. After you go drinking with the RC here for an hour, you're invited to go join the CS shenanigans. Actual Life Game Day happened in November. Yeah, usually it was November for a lot of our game days, especially after that. But here's the link for SFI After Dark. It's being run by our own Region 3 person, Russell Camp, with Steve Parmley, the CS, as the host, when and if he's available. And if you're not familiar with that link, if you're on Facebook, it's just the Commander of Starfleet's page. So... And that'll happen.
It's also, I believe, on the Starfleet members only Facebook group.
Yeah, I think they broadcast it to both places.
Yeah, Starfleet members only. I know there are a lot of us that are on that Starfleet members only group, and I know it's on there too.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they have a YouTube channel as well. But
I don't know.
I think it's also the CS's YouTube channel. I don't know if we have a SFI Global. So any other last questions before we maybe cut out on time? This will be crazy. But we had our ups and downs, our trepidations, plans that didn't meet reality, and we adjusted, but still might end up on time. That's crazy. Well, if not, thank you everybody for tuning in. If there's suggestions, again, my inbox is always open. Please come join us on the Discord server and chat away for the next hour or so. Before we all go join After Dark, maybe we'll stream it there and Mystery Science Theater 3000 that shit. That could be fun. But no, thank you everybody, and hope everyone's doing well. And if you're not, then get well soon. So take it easy.